Okay. Rosalind, do you have anything to say today? Yes, dear. Thank you for making time for this message to come through. So what's going to happen on your journey is that you are going to get excited about what's possible. And it's a new adventure. It's a new way of seeing things. But eventually you're going to have to realize that you have to make changes. And we understand from your dense perspective. I was laughing because they're calling us dense. They choose their words very carefully. We do, Kellie. And your dense perspective is, it's hard to change, okay? The ego is very stubborn. So it's okay to take this slow. It's okay to take 2 steps forward and 1 step back. We've encouraged Kellie to never do anything by herself. We've encouraged her to find partners in all of the goals that she has so that she has an accountability person, which is huge because that accountability person will remind you, keep track of you to your willingness to share with them to the degree of that. They will help you find resources. And this is how we build community. We find people that share goals, and then we get intimately involved with their goal achieval. Their ability to achieve that goal. So it's a good partnership to establish with your goals. Kellie needed a partner with her channeling, and she couldn't find someone that was able to channel in a way that it made it an equal exchange for them to be sharing their experience with each other. So Kellie wasn't 100% ready to put this out there. We sort of forced it upon her because we want people to see the process. We want people to see the growth that can come from this. And Kellie was willing to struggle in front of people a little bit to show that humans used to do this. This used to be normal for humans to be able to consciously reach into other dimensions for information. But of course, that was going to give humans too much power, and that was shut down, right? You were taught over the years that if you listen to voices, you're crazy. If you, in fact, you're tortured, that you're stigmatized into a witch or into a sorcerer or, the negative connotations that we have around psychic abilities, the hypnosis chickens, right? There is so much manipulation going on. And Kellie is having to break a lot of stigmas, and it's scary. It's scary for her. She also, at the same time, is having to face her own limitations and her own challenges and fears that she has. So she's putting a lot of faith into us by starting this YouTube channel, which has gone nowhere. As of today, I think there are 12 subscribers on her personal YouTube channel. So, all of this will develop over time. None of that's important. Growing this is not important to Kellie. She's got plenty of other stuff going on. This is happening because it's our timeline for it to happen, not hers. So we want to teach you about how to make habit change happen in with the support of strategies. So begin with awareness of your feelings. Okay, you've got to pay attention to your feelings. They are telling you everything. And find people to support you as you look for the support network that has the same goals that you have. The network of friends that you have that were not supporting your goals, they're gonna have to fade away, okay? But just let it happen slowly. You don't have to break any hearts, you know? You just need to stay focused on your truth and your joy. And where is that? What does that feel like? Who does that involve? Who brings you joy? And when you start sitting with that question, where does my joy come from? You start reorganizing your priorities in your head. You can. If you think of someone you love that supports you and is encouraging of good forward movement towards your goals, send gratitude in your mind to that person. That person is an angel in your life that is there to do just that, encourage you. So when you send gratitude to that person, then you make a connection with them. You invite their energy into your life more. And that's the sort of shifting that will make this process happen easier. If you focus on your goals and have gratitude for the support to get there, and you're excited about your goals because of how it's gonna feel afterwards. We want to tell you that that's actually how spaceships move through outer space. It's not through jet fuel. It is intention. It's visualizing the place where they want the spaceship to end, and then the spaceship manifests there. This is exactly how affirmations work. This is exactly what athletes do when they are visualizing their best possible race happening. What's happening when we do this visualization? We're imagining that it's already true. And when you imagine that it's already true, you naturally want to make a linear progression from where you are till that. It's just a natural reaction of your mind to thinking into the future. I'm putting myself, Kellie speaking now, into the future where I have my farm and my land and my kids. And I know that's gonna happen. I know it's going to feel amazing. And if I can feel safe in that visual, then I can hold that energetic frequency in my mind. And then I start to see the obstacles that are going to come up. But I also, even as those obstacles come up, I see the solutions to those obstacles at the same time, because I've learned that when something doesn't feel right, I immediately don't panic. I immediately take a breath. And I say, how can I look at this differently? That's A Course in Miracles lesson. How can I look at this differently? And then I allow my guides to surround the situation with white light. And they start to explain things to me. They start to explain maybe how I need to shift my mind a little bit. Maybe I need to be a little bit more hopeful. Maybe I need to remember that resource. Maybe I need to have a slightly different strategy that maybe takes me on a tangent until I get back on track. Maybe I need to stop and become certified as a hypnobirthing instructor before I can buy my land, because I needed to learn about relaxation and I needed to learn about the power of the mind before I was ready to go find financial investors and safe people that will take care of the children. So It's all inside. But we also need support on the outside. We need a community. We need infrastructure that supports our goals. We need people that are cooperative of our goals in our lives. We need to let the other ones fade. That's maybe the hardest part, but you're social beings. You can do this. It just depends on how badly you want that goal. So focus on your feelings. How do you want to feel today? How do you want to wake up and feel 5 years from now? It's hard. It's hard being human. Have some compassion. Don't expect every day to be 2 steps forward. Some days you're going to fall back. But what Kellie's noticed is that when she does fall back into those old patterns, she's stronger now. She's more resilient. We wouldn't say she's stronger. We would say she's more resilient because she's been through very challenging emotional times. And she was conscious during them. She slowed down and she observed her feelings and she observed her thoughts and she didn't react with fear. Eventually, she practiced a lot, but eventually she didn't get scared even when she was, you could say, depressed and couldn't get out of bed for hours because of the depression. Then she just said, you know what, maybe I just need some rest. Maybe I can apply self-love to this situation and just have compassion for myself. There's so much value in a hug. There's so much value in a kiss. There's so much value in withholding judgment, withholding reaction. We want you to see this value. We don't want you to make goals to be a superhuman and then beeline it linearly. This isn't a linear path. This is multidimensional. We're mind expanding in all directions at the same time. Kellie likes this new metaphor that she has come up with by describing the world as a moving multidimensional Rorschach test. It's all reflecting you back to you. All of it. Every segment of your day, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your night, your friends, the books you read, the social media that you watch. It's all reflecting you back to you. And what you see and where it takes you depends on your intention. So get your intentions straight. Know what you want. Know how you want to feel. We know you're going to choose love and joy because we know how you were made. We know the history of how you were made. You don't. Humanity has been lied to about their origins. So how do you teach someone who's in a cave that there's a world out there that's fun? Because that person's in a cave. Most of the time when they look around, they just see walls, okay? How do you get them to the entrance of the cave? Well, we're speaking to you through your feelings, and we want you to focus on your feelings because that's the pinhole where the information's going to come in your feelings. If you're starting to get frustrated or you're starting to get anxious because you don't see change, ask yourself how you can see this differently. We love you. We really are rooting for you, and we want to root louder for you. Okay? So sit quietly and just enjoy that. Just enjoy the letting go of any expectation. Any expectation. You just sit and be. And tell yourself how you are so loved. You are so wonderful. You were chosen to be on this planet during one of the most expansive times in history because you're a warrior. It's not easy to be here. We don't want to come down there. We have no interest in stepping foot on Earth. We're quite comfortable up here where it's accepted that everybody honors each other. Everybody. Everybody's honored, okay? That's where we come from. That's the kind of love we extend to you. We see your struggles, we laugh with you. We laugh at you. And we hold you tenderly when you're crying because we have compassion. But we temper our empathy, as Cryon said this week, because empathy, when you're empathic with someone who's having feelings that they have no regulation over, what good does that do? You want to join their victimhood? Or can you sit and observe while they cry and hold light? Just surround them with white light and detach from their feelings, because their feelings are coming from their wounds and they need to look at their wounds differently. Okay, don't be scared of people who've been traumatized. Show them their power. Okay, give them a day off from all their trauma and remind them that they're powerful. You know what? You went through this trauma and it was hard, but you're going to figure it out. You're going to find the healing. And when you do, you're going to teach and you're going to comfort all those other people who've gone through the same trauma. Look for the helpers, says, Mr. Rogers said that. Look for the helpers. That's a meme on Facebook right now. Where there's pain, there's healing. And when that happens, in order to get that healing, you have to let the light in. So the system is a self-healing system. It's a biofeedback. As you need, the answers come. But you've got to match the answer to see it. And how can you match the answer if you're stuck in the realm of, I'm a victim? You were wounded. You were wounded. But cuts heal naturally on their own. Your body heals a cut by itself. It doesn't ask you to do anything. Let those wounds heal. Ask yourself how you can see it differently. Okay? You're powerful, but you're asleep and you're wounded. So we're going to gently coax you into waking up. And we're going to tempt you that it's going to feel so good. It's going to feel so good. And it's going to be consistent. You're not going to have these unexpected drops in mood that come up, that you have to be patient and you have to wait and you have to rest. Yes, there's time for that. There's a season for that. And then there's going to be a season for celebration. And when it comes, it's going to come more consistently. And eventually it's just going to stay. You're just going to be celebrating all the time. And when you're in celebration mode and you come up to someone who's in wounded mode, you're going to hold space for them. You're going to hold space, and you don't have to smile at them while they're wounded. You're just going to be in complete peace. Because you're super grounded in your truth, and you know everything that got you to that place. And you're hyper aware of the big story. And you know that this person is suffering, and it's a human condition. And you hold space for them, and you have compassion for them. And then you reflect back to them their strength. And you reflect back to them something beautiful in their life. Gently, not pushy. Because they need to be ready to hear it. They need to be willing to see it. They need to want to see it. Some people do need to suffer a little more. Maybe they haven't reached the bottom yet. Sending light and love. And so it is. Namaste.